Oh wow, look at all the people coming in. I need no permission, did I mention? Don't pay him any attention. Cause you had your turn, now you gonna learn what it really feels like to miss me. Cause if you like it, then you should've put a ring on it. If you like it, then you should've put a ring on it. Don't be mad once you see it, he want it. If you like it, then you should've put a ring on it.
Welcome everyone onto this call. We've got over 200 people joining, and we've got the wonderful, exquisite Neelam Verma on the call. I'm very, very excited. Thanks for waiting and joining just a couple of minutes after. We had a couple of technical things going on. We want to dive straight on in. Neelam, she needs very little introduction. She's this conscious dating expert, of course, and studying and traveling the world with meeting psychologists, monks, shamanic healers. And I've checked out the quest. I think it's wonderful. It's amazing. And it just goes way beyond dating. It's all about finding that love within yourself. And I think that's just where we need to begin. Neelam is the best person to be talking about this. How is your Valentine's Day going so far, Neelam?
It's going beautiful. I even got some beautiful roses today for Valentine's Day. But first of all, I want to thank you for that beautiful introduction. And I want to welcome everyone. Happy Love Day, everyone. I'm Neelam Verma, the founder of Integrity Dating, and I'm so excited to celebrate this special day with you guys. Today is obviously a celebration of love. And my intention today is to get you inspired, to get you excited about finding love, but not just finding love within, but also finding love with a partner and finding love with Integrity Dating, which is our latest Mindvalley quest, which officially launches this week. So super excited about that. And I can see all the people that are popping in from around the world. So I just want to acknowledge this incredible global audience. But I also want to say that before we begin today, I would love to invite you to open your hearts today, because we're going to go on a journey. I want you to enjoy this experience. And I want you to celebrate you, because you are the greatest love of your life, because that's why we're actually here today. So let's see who's joining us from around the world. And also, if you guys can go grab yourself a drink, your favorite beverage, whether it's a coffee, a tea, some water, a glass of champagne, because we're going to do a toast in a few minutes. But I would love to know where you're from, and also what inspired you to join today. Are you single, ready to mingle? Are you here because you're curious and you just want to have some fun? Are you here because you want to learn and grow? What brought you here today? Please drop it in the chat. Look at this. We've got people from Croatia. Wow, we've got Candace from an island. We got people from Paris, Ireland. Hello, Christina from Canada, Mexico. My goodness, we've got a global audience here. Texas, London, Brazil. Melissa is single. All right. Linda from Montana is looking for tips. Oh, I like Lynn, single and ready to mingle and grow. You're going to get all of that here today. Learn and grow. Mary wants to learn and grow. We even got someone from Kazakhstan. Camelia, welcome. You want to make your relationships deeper and explore? Beautiful. My goodness, we've got an incredible global audience. And this is what I love about Mindvalley is that it attracts like the best people from around the world. All right, so it looks like we've got a lot of singles in the group. We've got a lot of people that are here to learn and grow. Some people that are looking to deepen relationships, curious about what integrity dating is. Okay, well, we're going to talk to you about what that is. And some want to learn and attract that they love, the love that they want. Beautiful. Well, you're going to get a lot of that and more today. In fact, let me ask you a question. How do you feel, or how does Valentine's make you feel? Today's Valentine's Day, and I know there's a lot of mixed emotions around Valentine's Day. Some people love it. Some people think it's cliche and they find it very annoying. Some people celebrate it and look forward to it. And some people feel incredibly lonely on Valentine's Day. How do you feel? Would love to know. So, okay, so Karen, you feel indifferent to it. All right, that's fine. Depressed. We got some people feeling depressed. All right. How else do you feel? I want to know how this day makes you feel. Just another day. Okay. Candace thinks it's silly. Yep. Somebody feels angry and frustrated. Fake. All right. Indifferent. Sad. All these emotions. Well, you're not the only one. Everyone's kind of mixed emotions about Valentine's Day, and I get it. So before I jumped on this call, I was thinking, what about if we made Valentine's Day about us instead of other people? What if we actually changed the name of Valentine's Day to Self-Love Day? What if we focused on doing things that are very nourishing and nurturing to ourselves, things that make us feel celebrating ourselves? How would that sound? Wouldn't that be so much more better? We should be actually doing that every day. But what if we made today, Love Day, a self-love day for ourselves? Sound good? Getting some hearts in there. Yes, yes. Every day should be that. Absolutely. But today we're going to make it our self-love day. Perfect. So today I'm going to take you on a journey. And this is going to be a very special journey because today you are going to go on the best date of your life. Yep. You're going to go on a date, but you're not going to go on a date with anyone else. You're going to go on a date with yourself. Today, I'm going to take you through the steps of a conscious relationship. So first, you're going to actually take a moment to love on yourself and appreciate you, kind of like self-flirting. And then you're going to open your heart and share and have conscious conversations. And then we're going to get engaged, but not this kind of engaged. We're going to engage with each other in the chat. And finally, you're going to get married. Yes, you're going to get married to yourself. And then we are going to celebrate. We're going to have an open Q&A, a meet and greet in the chat. So that's what I have planned for you today. How does that sound? Exciting? Sound like a good self-love day? Yes, everyone's saying yes, getting lots of hearts. Perfect. Awesome. Yes, Ebenezer saying. All right, so I would like to begin with a toast. I would like to kick off our self-love day with a beautiful toast to you. So I'd love for you to all raise your water bottles, your cups, your glasses, whatever you have. And I would like to share that this toast is to loving yourself, to honoring the incredible soul that you are, to appreciate the beauty and strength that you have inside, to celebrating this precious time that you have on earth, and to giving yourself the love and the commitment that you deserve. To you, happy Love Day. Lots of hearts going in there. I'm sure some of you have glasses of wine and they're celebrating too, but I just wanted to kick this off with a beautiful toast Yes, thank you, everyone. Thank you for those wishes. Happy Love Day. Beautiful toast to you. So let's begin our journey together now. I want to share with you what integrity dating is. How have many of you guys heard of integrity dating? Have you started the quest? Do you know what integrity dating is? Let me know in the chat. Well, I think our broadcast team has their mic on. If we can ask them to mute that, that would be amazing. Perfect. Thank you. All right. So there's a lot of people are saying, no, they don't know what integrity dating is. So allow me to share what integrity dating is. So integrity dating is an inside out approach to love. It's where you date from a place of alignment and you show up authentic, transparent, and intentional right from the start. There are no games. There's no games at all. It's all about showing up real and showing up as you. And it's also not about finding the one. It's actually about becoming the one first and then sharing your love energy with another. So, what does it exactly mean to be in integrity? To be in integrity means to be whole and complete within yourself and to be in alignment with your truth, where your thoughts, your words, your actions are congruent and you feel whole. That is what it means to be in integrity. And integrity dating is based on 7 pillars. And these are pillars to create an extraordinary relationship with yourself because you need that in order to build one with another person. So you can take these notes down if you want, but they're also in the quest. There are 7 pillars. And the first pillar is self-love. The second one is integrity. The next one is authenticity, then communication, vulnerability, energy, and surrender. And I created these 7 pillars and integrity dating after going through a near-death experience, which led me on a profound spiritual journey. And it was during that time that I had studied with monks and shamanic healers and did a lot of inner transformation. And I realized that most people were not showing up to the dating scene in integrity with themselves. So integrity dating was born. If you're interested in learning about my story, you can check it out. It's on my website, integritydating.com. But for today, what I'm really excited about is to talk to you about this new mini course or this quest that I partnered with Mindvalley on. It's called Finding Love with Integrity Dating. And what we've done is we've created a mini course, 7 days, which is the first steps, almost like an introduction to integrity dating, to show you how you can start dating consciously and how you can start attracting heart-centered partners. And it's already launched this weekend, so it's out there. I don't know how many of you guys have started it already, because I've been getting messages all day from people that have been loving on it, and they said it's really an amazing experience. So I'd love to know if anyone, some people have actually finished it. Amazing. You loved it. Thank you. That's so beautiful. So it's live now. So if you haven't joined, please join. It's a beautiful experience. It's 7 days, and you also have access to a tribe that's taking it. So would love for you to go through that journey. But for our call today, what I would love to do is to touch on 2 of the lessons in our quest. We're going to be talking about becoming the love of your life. And the second one is engaging in conscious conversations. So I'm going to dive into those 2 because the first one is going to help you not only date yourself, the second one is going to help you actually practice how to integrity date others. Some people in the chat are asking, how do we get access to it? The Mindvalley team will drop the link there that you can sign up for the quest. It's on the Mindvalley app. Yep. And for those of you who finished, come on over and contact me. I have something special for you. All right. So yeah, they're going to be dropping the link in there for you guys soon. All right. So why don't we just dive in to our first lesson, becoming the love of your life. So how do you become the love of your life? Anybody know? Well, the way you become the love of your life is to focus on self-love. And I know that you have done a lot of work on self-love because you're all committed to personal growth. you all come here on this special love day, which means to me that you care about growth and healing. And so I wanted to say that I understand that a lot of people have done work on self-love. However, self-love is a lifelong journey. And that's why we're here today. So it's something that's going to be happening forever. So it's a very, very important thing. In fact, I want to share a beautiful poem with you. And this poem is from my favorite poet, Rumi. Rumi says that your task is not to seek for love, but merely to seek and find all the barriers that you have within, that you've built against it. And I love this quote because it shows you that our job is actually to remove all of these obstacles and blocks that we've created. And the truth is that we are the source of love. Self-love is the foundation for every relationship that you're going to have in your life. And I see in the chat, someone's asking, can you please post the 7 pillars? You can check out integritydating.com. They're all there, and email me. Happy to send you the PDF for that, no problem. But for today, I just want to say, yes, it's a Rumi poem, beautiful poem. I want to say that so often we seek love outside of ourselves to fill this void. But the truth is that the greatest love affair that you're going to have in this life is not with someone else. It's with you. It's with yourself. Let that sit for just a moment. The greatest love affair you're going to have in your life is with yourself. You are going to be with yourself till death do you part, through sickness and health, till the end of time. So it's time that we start treating ourselves like the love of our lives. Did you know that every relationship that you have in your life reflects the relationship that you have with yourself? And think about this for a moment. When you have a beautiful relationship with yourself, you end up attracting beautiful relationships. And I want you to think about times in your life where you may not have had the best relationship with yourself. You weren't feeling great. Your self-esteem was low. What kind of relationships did you attract in your life? Every relationship you have in your life reflects the one that you have with yourself. So it's super, super important to get that relationship solid, that relationship sorted. And it's so important to love ourselves because that is the foundation. The more you expand your capacity to love yourself, the more you expand your capacity to love others. So what does self-love look like to you? How do you show yourself self-love? I would love to know in the chat. If you can share that, let's get some engagement going on here. What does self-love look like to you? Anyone? How do you show yourself self-love? Forgiving the past. Christina, yes. Forgiving the past. Forgiveness is so important. Forgiveness is an act of self-love. It clears up the energy. It brings you away from the past into the present. It's so important to forgive ourselves. Kindness and patience, absolutely. Caring for your body, yes. Taking care of yourself. Being compassionate and kind to yourself. Not criticizing yourself, absolutely. Having self-love is being your own cheerleader. You know, this dialogue that goes on in your mind. So many people have a critical, negative voice, but we want to move from that to having our inner dialogue becoming our cheerleader or our best friend. Dee is saying a cup of tea. Absolutely, a cup of tea is self-love. Doesn't matter how small or big, as long as you do something that is nurturing you and making you feel good. That is an act of self-love. Healthy boundaries, absolutely. Asserting healthy boundaries. It could be a small boundary, like, I will not accept a date at the last minute, or it can be a big boundary. I will not be treated with disrespect. I will not allow someone to cheat on me. Buying a nice cake, absolutely. There's so many ways. There are so many ways to experience self-love, but so often we don't do it. It's so important to schedule self-love. But I just want to take self-love a little deeper today. Another way to experience and practice self-love is by being in integrity with yourself. Being integrity means honoring your truth, caring about how you truly feel, expressing your truth, showing up as you in integrity with you. And to me, being in integrity is one of the biggest acts of self-love. How many people can relate at some point in their life, in any relationship that you've been in, where you may have been out of integrity with yourself, where you didn't express what you were truly feeling because you were afraid of hurting someone's feelings? Or maybe you weren't listening to your inner guidance when you knew someone wasn't right for you, but you still went for them. Or maybe you stayed in a relationship too long. How many of you have stayed in a relationship for too long and you didn't honor your time and energy? Yes, yes, a lot of yeses there. You are not the only one. Many of us have, myself included. Yes, we were not in integrity with ourselves. We were not honoring ourselves. We were not honoring our truth. We were not honoring our time. And being in integrity is truly an act of self-love. So I invite you today to add that to your toolkit of self-love. Is how can you be more in integrity with you? How can you be more, how can you honor your time more? How can you express yourself more in truth? So many comments in there. Beautiful. Well, one thing I'd love to do is, instead of us seeking others to validate ourselves on the outside, I know a lot of us seek others, want appreciation and acknowledgement, and our self-worth is based on how other people see us, how many followers we have, how many compliments we get, how people feel about us. I want to shift that today in the spirit of Self-Love Day to you appreciating you. I want to invite you to appreciate and acknowledge yourself today. I like to call this loving on yourself. And I said to you earlier that I'm going to take you on this incredible date with yourself. So the first part of the date is to actually compliment yourself, to love on you, to flirt with you. And I give you full permission. And I know a lot of people are uncomfortable with actually saying beautiful things about themselves, which I think is so interesting because we have no problems giving compliments to others. But today, I want you to give yourself a compliment and appreciate something about you. So someone in there said, hell yeah. And she said, she was something that she loves about herself, that she loves that she is true to herself. Beautiful. What I would like to share about myself, and I'm going to start, and then I'd love for everyone else to share one thing. I want the whole group to share one thing they love about themselves. So for me, I love my energy. I believe that energy has no age. So I don't care how old I am. I show up vibrant and alive, and I love my energy unapologetically. What do you love about yourself? It could be something as silly as your smile, or as sweet as your smile, or it could be a deep character trait. It could be anything, but what do you love about yourself? April loves her playful spirit. Beautiful. Elizabeth, you love your ability to love. Amazing. And Rayham loves his eyes. D, authenticity. Beautiful. Charisma. Elliot, your charisma. I wish I had all of you on camera. I would love to see you right now. Your musical talent. Mary Jane, lovely. Shabnam, a good listener. Beautiful. Keep on sharing. Maria, you love your hair. Awesome. Get in the habit of loving and appreciating and acknowledging yourself. Get in the habit of dating yourself. You love your kindness, Ben. Beautiful. How are you guys feeling on this self-love day? Does it feel good to love on yourself? Yes. Beautiful. Awesome. So, oh, thank you so much. Beautiful. That everyone's feeling awesome. Great. Well, you can keep on loving on yourself in the chat. Beautiful. So I would love for us to move into conscious conversations. And conscious conversations is another lesson from our quest. It happens on day 4. So if you haven't taken the quest, you definitely want to sign up, because it is a powerful, powerful lesson. Because we all know that communication is one of the most important things in a relationship. But there's a huge difference between communication, and conscious communication. And in our quest, what I talk about is the power of conscious conversations. I believe that conscious conversations lead to conscious relationships, and superficial conversations lead to superficial relationships. So, what is a conscious conversation? So, a conscious conversation is when you speak from a place of integrity, a place of honesty and transparency, when you are intentional, when you show up. It's when you drop from your head to your heart and you ask meaningful questions. And when you have the courage to speak your truth and express yourself fully, and you're not worried about scaring someone off. No, not at all, because you honor yourself fully. That is what it means to have a conscious conversation. And what happens is when you have conscious conversations, you end up setting the stage for a very deep, profound, and beautiful conversation. So why is that important? Well, when you integrity date, you want to get to know someone quickly because you want to know whether this person is right for you right from the start. In fact, I believe you can know someone more in 3 dates than 3 months. Yes, you can when you ask meaningful questions. And that's the key to having conscious conversations, meaningful questions. So, what are these meaningful questions? Meaningful questions are questions that allow you to know someone's heart and soul. They're questions that allow you to know whether the person that you're dating or that you're interested in actually shares your values and your vision. It actually are questions that truly, truly matter to you, that are going to help you decide whether, hey, is this someone that I actually want to invest my precious time and energy with? Or is this someone that I need to release because they're not in alignment? Those are meaningful questions. And so often we go on dates and we connect with people on the surface. We don't ask these important, meaningful questions because we haven't done the work within ourselves to understand what's truly important. What are our values? What are our visions? What actually matters to us? Who are we? What kind of partner are we seeking? And that's the kind of work that we do in integrity dating. So in the quest, we have a day where we talk about meaningful questions, and I am going to share some here. We actually have a PDF of these meaningful questions. If you want it, just shoot me an email. I'm happy to send you that. And I'm going to just dive into some of these meaningful questions, but I also want to know from you guys, what are meaningful questions to you? What would you like to know from someone on the first, second, third date? Things that you might be afraid to ask that really you need to know. And remember, sometimes people wait months and months to ask these questions, almost even 6 months, even a year to ask a question that they could have asked on day one, but they were too afraid and they were not in integrity. So I'm going to read some meaningful questions to you. Oh, actually, let's look in the chat. We've got some questions here that people would like. What do you want out of life? Beautiful question, April. Why are people cheating? Tatiana, interesting question. How do you see yourself in 5 years? Yes. What is your childhood trauma? Okay, I'm not going to get your email, guys, to send you these meaningful questions. You're going to have to email me. Just email me at neelam@integritydating.com. Happy to send you that. There's also a PDF in the quest, and you can get that from there as well for the meaningful questions. All right, what are your goals in life? What are your dreams? What is your purpose? What is the relationship between father and mother? Beautiful, meaningful questions. Absolutely. I'm going to share some more meaningful questions with you here. So, what are you seeking at this stage in your journey? What do you value most in life? What are your values? What did you learn from your last heartbreak? What does it mean to you to love someone? How do you like to receive love? Are you interested in personal growth? Would you like to have children, or do you have children? What would make this an amazing date for you? These are all beautiful, beautiful questions. And I like to call these meaningful questions. And there's so many more. Like I said, we have a PDF of that. If you want that, just shoot me an email. But these questions are so important because without them, you're not really truly understanding this human that's in front of you. But so many of us are afraid to ask these questions right from the start, you know? And the other thing is, how do you ask these questions? Sometimes when you ask these questions, it sounds like an interview. And I like to teach, and what I would like to do here in the group today is to show you how you can move away from the interview to something that I like to call an invitation. And I just want to ask the Mindvalley team, is it okay if I want to bring someone live up to practice with me in just a few moments? Would that work? Let's see if we can actually make that happen. But let me just share with you. Oh, Ben said yes. Okay, perfect. So let me share with you the difference between an interview and an invitation, because this will make the huge difference with these meaningful questions. Okay, so you've got this list of meaningful questions, but you don't know how to ask because you don't want to sound like you're drilling somebody on the first date. It's all about making it sound like an invitation. And the way you make it sound like an invitation is by doing three things. The first is being very intentional. What is your intention? What do you actually want to ask? Don't beat around the bush. If you want to ask if this person wants to have children, make sure in your mind that's your intention. The second thing is be vulnerable. By being vulnerable with your date and allowing him to, or he or she, to see yourself, you're creating a safe space for a beautiful conversation. You open it up for the other person to also share. And the third thing is to be respectful. So intentional, vulnerable, and respectful. Being respectful to communicate in a way that's kind, so it feels safe and open to have this conversation. That's how you do an invitation. So what I would love to do is I would love to demonstrate this. Someone in there dropped my email. Yes, that's my email, Sean. You can shoot that to me and I'm happy to send you a PDF. So I would love to practice a few, because one of the things that every time I do a talk, this is the one thing that people want to experience is how do they ask these questions. So can I have a gentleman that would like to practice? Ben wants to practice with me. Is there a way the Mindvalley team can bring someone live to practice with me on this webinar? Steve, can we do that?
Yes, perfect. We have Sean. Sean, is that did you say a man? Did you want a man first?
Any gentleman that would love to, I know Ben, Sean, anyone who would like to come up and practice with me, I'm happy to.
Okay. We're going to go with the first raised hand we have at the top of the list. Let's go. It's David. Talking permitted. So, David, I think you're on the call now.
Hi, David. Oh, I see David's hand up. Can we unmute David? And
waiting. Asking to unmute now.
so while they're doing that, what I'd like to share as an example. So I'm going to just use this as our first example. And if you have other questions, you can drop them in the chat. But one question that I know a lot of women feel uncomfortable asking, a lot of my clients come to me and they're like, I really want to ask this question, but I'm afraid to ask. And it's, is this person interested in getting married and having children? They find that generally it scares off their dates. They sound too pushy and too forward. How many people feel that way in the chat? If you feel that way, say yes. Love to see the yeses in there. Yes. All right. Yes, yes. Franz is like, yes, yes, yes. Cindy's yes. But doesn't it make sense to find out from day one whether the person you're about to invest your precious time and energy with actually wants the same thing that you do? Yes, it does, but we're so afraid. Why are you afraid? Yes, absolutely, it's a filtration system. Why are we afraid? Because we're not being in integrity with ourselves, but also we don't know how to ask. And this is why integrity dating is so important. you need to develop this strong foundation of self-love and integrity where you honor yourself and you love yourself first enough to really, put yourself out there and express your truth of what you truly desire. So I want to practice with David. Hi, David. David, you're muted. Steve, do you think we can unmute David or get someone?
Tried. Let's see if we can unmute Ben.
And if not,
Ben, are you here?
And if not, you can practice with me, Steve.
Let's see. Let's give someone else the chance first. But of course, Ben, are you there?
Hi, Ben.
I'm there. Hi, Neelam.
Hi, nice to meet you. Thank you for volunteering.
Same here.
So
Look
Ben,
forward to the conversation.
all right. So Ben, we're on a date together. And I'm going to ask you something. And after I ask you, I'd love to to know how it makes you feel. And then I'm going to ask you in a different way. So,
Okay.
So Ben, I want to get married and have kids. I'm in my 40s and my biological clock is ticking. And I really don't want to waste my time. So I just want to know right from the start, are you someone that's looking to get married and have kids or no? Ben, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel quite anxious.
A bit anxious?
Yes.
Yeah, a bit anxious. Did it feel good?
No.
No. So a bit anxious, doesn't feel good. Anything else? No, it doesn't. It's kind of icky, right? So,
I suppose because I've got kids.
I see.
Yeah, I've already got.
I should have asked for a single guy. It's all good. So let me demonstrate. So somebody in the group said she felt the pressure. Absolutely. So felt the pressure, didn't feel nice. So Ben, that's what I call an interview. That's how we interview someone. We just ask them the question direct and just put it out there. But there's an art to something called an invitation. So I'd like to ask you the same question said in a different way. So Ben, I'm so grateful that we're having this conversation. And I love that I'm able to be open and honest with you because you're also into personal growth and I'm into personal growth. So I wanted to share that I went on this incredible journey after my last relationship. And during that journey, I realized that I would love to have a partner in growth. I would love to one day find someone to share my life with and have a family with. And after doing so much work on myself, I finally feel ready to be that kind of partner for someone. So I'm at a place in my life where I would love to find a partner. How about you, Ben? Where are you at in your journey?
I'm on board. I've gone through a similar journey.
How does that
Sorry, can you hear me?
How did that feel to you, Ben? The second way?
I'm just excited. So yeah, very good. Very in tune. Exactly what I want.
So the same thing said a different way, because I asked you the exact same question. All right, Ben, do you want to get married and have kids? The first time you're like, no, annoyed. The second one's, yeah, that sounds good. And I have somebody in the chat saying she's buttering Ben up. I'm not buttering Ben up. What I'm doing is I'm creating an invitation, which is a safe place for us to have a meaningful conversation, which is based on being intentional, being vulnerable, and being respectful. And this is to demonstrate to you the power of having a conscious conversation. The same thing communicated in a different way can actually get you a completely different result. And I believe that you can know someone more in 3 dates than 3 months when you actually communicate this way. When you ask for what you want, you completely share your truth and you allow the other person to experience that. How do you guys think of it? What do you guys think? Someone's like, when can I marry you? Super nice. Absolutely. It's about focusing on your own feelings. You hit it on the nail. It's about being vulnerable and sharing. Thanks, Ben.
Thank you, Neela. It was pleasant.
Thank you. I'd love to practice. We're going to do another one with someone else for a question that somebody else has. And let's do it with someone who's single. But I just wanted to demonstrate. It's super important to share this because this is the one thing that a lot of my clients, when they come to me, this is the one thing they want to practice. Because without this, you can wait 6 months, a year, 2 years to ask something that's so pivotal that you can ask right from the start. So what's another question that for you is a challenging question to ask someone? Let's see. Is there a question that is very challenging for you? How about, I don't want to say breaking up, but what if you go on a date and you are not interested in the person? Would that be a little bit of an awkward question? Yes. Okay. Somebody said that. Would somebody like to? Okay. So let's pick a question and let's have someone come up with us. Come up. Oh my gosh. So many people want to know about sexual health, about whether they like pets, about a potential partner, about whether you're willing to relocate. All right. These are all great questions. All right. So I'm going to practice. Let's try if you're on a date with someone and you're not feeling it. Happens to a lot of people. And what we often see these days is people ghost. How many people have gotten ghosted here? Where someone's really interested in you, they ask you on a date. Yes. Oh my God, so many yeses. Ghosting is so disrespectful. And it's so, I just want to say mean, actually. So integrity dating, what we do is we want to express our truth. We don't want to ghost somebody. We want to truly honor and respect and appreciate someone. So I'm going to demonstrate how you can use conscious conversations to let someone know that you're not interested in them. Because truly you want to be treated with respect and we want to treat others with respect. So would somebody like to come and go on a date with me right now who's single and doesn't have children at the moment? Well, they could have children, who's single. All right. If you can bring someone on, Steve.
We have Lorcan Molly.
Yeah. Hello. How are you?
Hello. Is it, how do you pronounce your name?
Lorcan.
Lorcan. Hi. Where are you from, Lorcan?
Ireland.
Ireland. Well, thank you for coming on. It must be very late there right now.
Yeah, it's 11 p.m. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. So, Lorcan, you and I are on a date, our first date. And there's two ways I can handle this. The first way I can handle this is to show my disinterest by being short in my communication, not very into the conversation, and just kind of being there, but not truly being present and not feeling it. And you and I can be communicating like this, can have a conversation, and I'll just be like, all right, looking on my phone, just not being very responsive. So that happens. Has it ever happened to you before on a date?
Well, it's never happened to me, no, but I can imagine.
You've had disinterest. Awesome. I'm glad that's never happened. So
I wouldn't like it, don't I?
One way someone might communicate to you saying is, look, you know what? I'm just not feeling this, so I'm just not feeling this. I don't want to continue the date right now. Why don't we just get the bill and let's just, call it a day.
Yeah.
So that's a way that a lot of people wrap up a date. Suddenly they got to go, they wrap it up, they just say it. How does that make you feel?
Well, I mean, I would be hurt, probably.
You'd be hurt?
I mean, at the same time, I'm sure there's a lot worse ways. I'd rather that than pretending to like me and then ghosting or something afterwards, it's not honest, I deal with that pain, I'd be fine, no problem.
Absolutely. So definitely better, one step above ghosting, because ghosting is the utmost disrespect that you can do to someone. So way better than pretending and being ghosted. But it hurts being on a date where someone is sharing that. So what I'd like to demonstrate in a conscious conversation is how when you are intentional, vulnerable, and respectful, how we can communicate that in a different way. And you need to be in integrity with yourself and love yourself in order to do this. So we are on our date and I'm just not feeling it. Okay. And I realize that you and I are not connecting. So
That's no good.
no, that's not good at all. This is how I would share it.
Yeah.
So Lorcan, first of all, I just want to thank you for taking the time to come on this date and, make this time and take me out. I really appreciate it. And I was really excited to connect with you because I'm just at a place where I'm ready to meet someone and I'm looking for someone that shares my values and my relationship vision. And I realized when we were talking that some of the things that you're looking for right now aren't really aligned to what I'm looking for. And I just really want to honor your time and your energy. And I also want to honor my time and energy. So I think it's probably best that we don't continue to see each other because I'd love to release you for you to find your love and for me to find my love. But I just want to say thank you for this time. So I'd love to enjoy the rest of this date, but just with the knowing and intention that I don't see a future for us.
Yeah. No, I'd feel great. I think, maybe there'll be some disappointment, but I'd be very grateful, for that sort of treatment. And I think you could still have a friendship possibly after that, So maybe not, but it's not like you'd be thinking, oh, this person doesn't care and all. I mean, you wouldn't take it as personally because it's sort of more to do with them in that sort of way. Whereas the first way, I feel like it feels like it's more something's wrong with you, if that makes sense.
Yes. And did you feel hurt in the second version?
No, not at all.
No, because basically what I was doing is I was just being in full integrity with myself.
Yeah.
Full integrity of like, wait, hold on here. I'm on this date because I'm looking for someone that's connected to my values and vision because I'm dating consciously. Remember, it works when you are dating consciously. And integrity dating is all about conscious dating. That's what we're doing. We're creating a global movement in conscious dating. And my intention is to take people through this journey. So you date other people who are also dating consciously so you can have these kinds of communication. Because what we just did right now was a beautiful release saying, hey, I know my values. I know my vision. I know what I'm seeking. I know who I am. I have done that work. I've gone through the 7 pillars. I know exactly what I want. I also know how to communicate it.
Yeah.
You also are able to receive that. And by us having this dialogue, it's actually a win-win situation.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like I would learn from it as well. It would help you know how to handle other dates too, and if it was the other way around.
Absolutely. And also it was being very respectful of your time because looking, you know what? You don't got time. You want to move on and meet someone else.
That's it.
Right?
For sure.
Absolutely. So that's how you can use meaningful conversations or conscious conversations to really know someone more in the first few dates than later. And this is what integrity dating is all about. And I love to just look at the chat and see how you guys enjoyed that. Some people are saying, bravo, will there be a replay? You need an earpiece with me on your date, Mauricio? You can hook that up. Contact me. Yes, Elizabeth, it was being very intentional and respectful. Like I said, it's a 3-step process. Be intentional, vulnerable, and respectful. Vulnerability is really the key. I'm going to share my truth. Therefore, you feel safe to share yours. But so often in the way we date in our society today, the mainstream is we are not. We're just busy swiping and dating multiple people many times, and we're not going deeper. We're not really understanding ourselves. We're not doing the work and getting into alignment with ourselves first before we start dating another. And that is why I created integrity dating. And trust me, it is just so incredible. The amount of people that have found love, not only with other people, but with themselves, the relationships, the way they've transformed, it's just been mind-blowing. Thank you so much, first of all, to the amazing volunteers that have been coming up. I really appreciate that. So we are now at, oh my gosh, time is just zipping by. It's been almost an hour. Can you believe that? My goodness. I would love to do 2 more things. I would love to take you on another part of our journey. So the first part was where I told you we're going to go on a great date with yourself, right? The first part was where you were loving on yourself. were you appreciating you, giving yourself that compliment? The second part was where you're having deep and meaningful questions. These ones, these conversations. Then I said you were getting engaged, engaging with each other in the chat, engaging with me. And the fourth part is I want to get you married to yourself today. Yep, married to yourself. And then after we marry you, I want to celebrate. I want to have an open Q&A in the chat. I want you to ask me those questions, like the ones that you're writing in there. Where do I meet these people? You meet them at our conscious dating events. We'll connect you with awesome humans. So I would love to take you on a journey to marry yourself. How many of you guys want to marry yourself right now? Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful. All right. So I would love to do something beautiful with you right now. I want you to consider this idea of why we're so focused on making a lifelong commitment to another person and making a sacred vow to someone else without first making that commitment to ourselves and making a vow to ourselves. How can you honor your commitments to others when you haven't even honored them to yourself? So today, I want to empower you to marry yourself first and to honor your needs, and then invite a partner into your life that matches the standard that you have set for yourself and the level of love that you have for yourself. Because remember, you are the greatest love of your life, and you deserve your love, your support, your energy more than anyone else. So today, I want to invite you to take some vows with me. You guys ready? All right. I'd like you to close your eyes. You're in the privacy of your own space right now. You're not on camera. So please close your eyes and put your hand on your heart. And take a deep breath. And I would like you to repeat these vows after me. I will always love and honor myself. I will always be my own best friend. I will treat myself with kindness and compassion. I forgive myself for choices that did not serve me. I will never abandon myself. I will show up in integrity with myself. I will honor my time and my energy. And I will always love myself. Take a deep breath. You can open your eyes now and congratulate yourself for making these beautiful vows to yourself and for marrying yourself. Because now you are ready to integrity date. By first committing to you, only then can you commit to another. And with that, I just want to open up the chat for our beautiful Q&A to dive into some of the things that we talked about today. But I promised that you would go on this beautiful relationship journey, the journey of a conscious relationship. Yes, it's with Davy Prayer. How did that feel for you? I'd love to know how that felt for you. Felt good, felt beautiful. Yes, absolutely. Joyful. What a way to celebrate our beautiful self-love day. It was sacred. Absolutely. Beautiful, empowered, warm and fuzzy, unconditional love. Yes, absolutely. Powerful. Yes. And so you got chills. Oh, the best Valentine's celebration. Amen. I love that. Happy Self-Love Day. You know, and the reason we're doing this today is to celebrate you. You know, this is a celebration of love. Integrity dating is a celebration of love to bring you back to yourself. You know, I'm super, super excited and super grateful to have partnered with Mindvalley for this mini course, this quest, you know, called Finding Love with Integrity Dating, because I want to bring integrity dating to the world. And I really invite you, if you connected with this, to take that journey. It's a beautiful introduction to integrity dating. And then you can reach out to me after, and I'd love to support you in the ways that I can. And right now in the chat, you're sharing all these beautiful notes. You went on a honeymoon with yourself. Love it. And I also saw some questions here about some of the things that we talked about today. You know, the 3-step process. Just want to remind you to how you can have these conversations. The 3 steps are to be intentional, to be authentic and vulnerable, and to be respectful. So intentional, vulnerable, and respectful. We talked about meaningful questions, and I've shared some meaningful questions with you. If you want the PDF to meaningful questions, happy to send that to you as well. So now you've got meaningful questions. You know how to create an invitation with the 3 steps. You also married yourself today and realized that the greatest love affair in this life that you can have is with you. And it doesn't mean you don't want a partner to share your life with. Of course, you would love to have a partner in growth, a soul partner that lights your heart on fire. You know, that's why we're here, is to grow through relationships. But I want you to know that every relationship that you have in your life reflects the relationship that you have with yourself. So when you get this in alignment, and when you get this sorted, and when you come from a beautiful place of love, that gets extended outwards in the world. And that's the journey of integrity dating. And my intention today was to celebrate you and celebrate love and have fun. And I know we still have time, and this was my time now to mingle in the chat, to find out what more do you want to know? How can I answer your questions? This is a time to share how you're feeling, the group share. So would love to answer those questions. And if you guys would like to do a little more practice with anything that I shared with you today, let me know, and I'm happy to do that as well. Oh, Lee is saying, this quest is awesome. It will change your life. Thank you, Lee. That's so beautiful. Really appreciate that. I keep getting these incredible messages. Just share that with Mindvalley so they know what kind of quests to give you and what actually changes your life and what is transformative for you. All right. You will get all the PDFs. Just shoot me an email. I'm happy to share that with you. It's neelam@integritydating.com, or you can just head over to integritydating.com and you can find all the stuff there as well. So here's an interesting question. Candace has a question. You hesitate to bring up sex on the first date, and it's the big elephant in the room. And I'd love to address this, because when you integrity date, you want to remove ambiguity. You know those question marks that you have at the back of your mind? We don't want any question marks. We want to know exactly what we're actually asking, and we want to know how the other person is feeling. And we, because we've done the work, we have self-love for ourselves. We have integrity. We're authentic. We know how to communicate consciously. We're vulnerable. Our energy is in alignment, and we've surrendered. We have worked on the 7 pillars. And because of that, we are comfortable asking, because we honor ourselves. So if sex is important to you and you want to ask it on a date, again, we can use a 3-step process, and I'm happy to share out loud how I would do that. So Candace, I would say, I'm loving the vibe of this date, and I love connecting with you. It feels so good. But one thing I realized from my past relationships was I jumped into, a physical relationship much more quickly than I realized I was comfortable with. And I realized after going on a personal development journey that for me, it's not just about the physical connection, but I need a soulful spiritual connection. So I actually really want to get to know someone before I'm ready to get intimate. And I just want to know, would you be comfortable with that? How do you feel about sex and relationship? Is it something that you're okay waiting for? How do you feel? Now, I just want to ask, how did that feel to you when I shared that? Because I can tell you, me speaking from a place of integrity had no hesitation in asking about sex. I have no hesitation in asking about anything, as long as I speak my truth of what my journey is and how I feel, and then create an invitation and say, well, how do you feel? And it's up to you to answer it, but I have just been vulnerable, opened my heart up, and shared with you. Yes, Margot, it's straight up, and it is excellent, absolutely. But I know it's not as simple as it sounds right now. It takes practice, but more than practice, it takes alignment. So I believe that, amazing relationships are based on communication, connection, and the missing piece is alignment. And this is the piece that most dating companies and apps and advisors and advice out there, they don't focus on. It's not about what to text the guy. It's not about when to call the girl after the 3rd date. If you're seeking a meaningful connection, and if you want to change the dating game from being just entertained to actually being loved, if you want to integrity date, we don't play those games. We don't focus on what to text or when to call, or just focus on how we look. These are, very surface things. We focus on who we are. When you go on an integrity dating journey, I take you on a transformation where you actually discover, transform, and become yourself. So you know what your values are. You know what you're seeking. You know who you are. And you're seeking a partner in growth who is on the same vibration, who is in alignment, who can have the same quality of communication and connection that you do. And it becomes such an incredible journey of growth, let me tell you. Beautiful exchange of love, but growth and learning from each other. It's juicy. It's absolutely juicy. Where do you find these unicorns, Lee? They're not unicorns. At Mindvalley University in Estonia, I was there this past summer. I actually hosted 2 integrity speed dating events. They were awesome. Sold out. We had hundreds of people that connected, and I shared with them the meaningful questions that I shared with you today. I explained to them this whole art of moving away from the interview to an invitation. And then I let them go and ask these meaningful questions in a speed dating format. And it was amazing. Friendships were made, romantic connections were sparked. I had so many people, reach out to me, clients that took the course after that because they're like, oh my God, I need to take this course, but also found partners that they were interested in connecting with. So we have created events like this to support people. And you are in a beautiful community, the Mindvalley community. This is a community that is committed to personal growth. We're better than here. This tribe. So if you haven't gone to Mindvalley University, highly recommend. They have a lot of cool events. And even in this quest, my quest Finding Love with Integrity Dating. I believe there's also a tribe there that you can connect with, or you can come over to my Integrity Speed Dating events. There are so many incredible people like you out there, and we are bringing you all together. We just need everyone to do the work and to have the skills to connect with each other and communicate consciously. Speed dating? Nope, it's all about conscious speed dating. Will I be doing this summer in Estonia? Well, if you request that from the Mindvalley team and they invite me, I'd be happy to host some more integrity speed dating events at Mindvalley University. Just let them know that this is something that's important to you. And oh, thank you for the compliments. That's really beautiful. Loving with yourself. I would like to continue to answer some questions for you. Does anyone have any questions about what integrity dating is and what our quest is about, or how to sign up? Because I know that they put the link in here and you can sign up for our 7-day mini quest. Candace, I will be doing events future. You know what, just come on over to my site, shoot me a message, and I will let you know about all those events. Perfect. Awesome. So we still have some time. Oh, here we go. Can you provide an example about approaching family values with someone? Absolutely, I will. Oh, and there was also another question. Is this quest only on Mindvalley? So I have my integrity dating course that you can take with me, and I created a mini course, which is a 7-day course. My course is actually 8 weeks, but the mini course is a beautiful introduction, and that is only on Mindvalley. So you can only have the 7-day mini course on Mindvalley, and I know they have some special promotion going on right now. So you can try that, and then you can come on over. So I would like to answer that question about values. So values are so fundamental. And when you take this quest, that's one of the things that we actually work on, is getting crystal clear about what are your values. So many of us date without really knowing what our values are. And we change to different times in our life. Some people come out of a 10-year relationship. I had come out of a 10-year relationship, and who I was in the beginning was so different than who I was when I came out of it. And same with people that come out of marriages or heartbreaks. Just knowing who you are and getting crystal clear on your values is so important. What do you value? Do you value freedom? Do you value growth? Do you value love? Do you value family? What do you value? And once you get clear on your values, it's a very fundamental question to ask, a meaningful question. And the way you would approach it is the same way that we've been doing the invitation, which is, I've done, remember, intentional. What do you want to know? You want to know what the person's values are. And if they're in alignment, that's your intention. Number 2, vulnerable. You got to share. You got to drop from here to here. You got to drop from your head to your heart. You got to be open and have the courage to be open and share your truth. No matter if you're being judged on the other side, no matter what the other person's going to think, you got to be open first so you can create that safe space. And then you need to communicate it respectfully and kindly. So I would share, I've done a lot of personal growth in the last few years, especially coming out of my past relationship, because I wanted to get crystal clear on what truly matters to me at this stage of my life. And for me, one of my core values is growth. Personal growth is so important to me, and I would love to be in a relationship with someone who also values that. So we can go to these personal growth courses together. We can join Mindvalley together. We can go to Mindvalley University together. We can work with Neelam. I just love personal growth, and I would love to be with someone who shares these values. I would love to know from you, what are your core values? What do you value most in life? And that's it. You allow the other person to share. It's so simple. It's so simple and easy once you are in alignment, but it's getting into alignment that is actually the work. So was that a good demonstration of how you can ask about values? Yeah, that was absolutely on point. Love it. Thank you so much. Yvonne, about the age requirements, about the speedings, just shoot me an email and I can talk to you about everything to do with integrity dating. You can just shoot me an email, neelam@integritydating.com. Happy to answer that for you. So was that a good demonstration, everyone? Perfect. This process can work for all of the questions that you're asking. A question on family, a question on whether you want to have children, a question, all of these questions. So someone is asking, Sean is saying, but wouldn't someone just be a pleaser and lie? Ooh, good question, Sean. So Sean, when you do the work on yourself, when you go through the 7 pillars and go through the integrity dating journey and you get into alignment and you build a rock solid foundation of self-love, and you know who you are, because that's the work we do. We transform, we discover, transform, and we help you become that self. When you go through that journey, first of all, you attract people in a like vibration. Number one, you know what you're seeking, and you have the skills because of the conscious communication skills that you've learned to ask very early on and to know very early on whether the person in front of you is in alignment. And when you say that, well, what about someone who's just a pleaser or a liar? When you're also in integrity, these are things that you can see and experience with someone. There's only so much that someone can lie and so much someone can please. You know, you listen to your instinct, you follow your gut, you ask the question. Usually we have something that comes up for us, something that doesn't feel good, a question mark. Oh my God, is this person lying to me? I want you to honor that. I want you to honor this intuition and actually express it. Say, hey, you know, something's come up for me and I'm not sure why it's come up. I just love to just, anything that comes up, I like to just express it just so there's never any misunderstandings. Just always want to have a very clear and open communication with you. But I get the sense that you say that you want to settle down and have family, but from some of the things that you've demonstrated and showed me, I don't really know if that's the truth. And I just want you to know that you can be completely honest with me because I'm here to respect your time and energy, and you can be real. And I want to do the same for myself. And then you just have that conversation. You remove any question marks by expressing your truth. Make sense, Sean? Yes. Yeah, absolutely. I'm quite good at handling tough situations. Well, so will you. What you're experiencing right now is the process, a 3-step process that I created, the conscious communication process. Once you become skilled in this art, relationships become such a beautiful space. And let me tell you that conscious communication requires you to have this amazing communication with yourself first. You know, you have to be able to first acknowledge, this is what I'm feeling, this is what I'm going to express, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I'm going to honor. You know, you have to be able to first have that with yourself, and then you have to have the courage to express it with someone else. It's a skill, but it is one of the most important skills that you would ever learn, not only to date, but for your marriages, for your long-term relationships, for your business relationships, for every single relationship in your life. This is going to help you. It is so beautiful. But the thing is, we don't learn this in school. No one really taught us how to love. If I ask you, where did you learn how to love? Where did you learn how to love? Most of us learn from our parents, our well-meaning parents, and God bless them. You know, they have the best of intentions, but not all of them had the time or energy or skills to teach us how to love. You know, my parents were immigrants from India. They came to Canada with nothing and they had 4 kids. They were so busy, and God bless them, but they didn't really teach me how to love. They were so busy all the time. So then where do we learn to love? We learn to love from media, Hollywood, or media, which is, you know, not real. Fictitious. It's just all, you know, over the top. And then where we really learn how to love, truly, is through heartbreak and healing, through our relationships. That's where we grow. That's where transformation happens. And someone wrote, from trainings like this, from courses like this, and from quests, yes, we've taken that transformation. I've taken that transformation that I've went through for so many years, and I brought it together for you guys to learn. So that's where we learn, you know, from our heartbreak, from our healing, from our growth, from our transformation, and from sharing and having these beautiful conversations and courses like this. I'm so grateful for all of these beautiful comments in the chat, people saying that, the community saying that this is something that they need, they want, that will help them in every area of their life. Absolutely. Yeah. You know, how would you respectfully end a date if you start feeling very uncomfortable with the person you're out with, but are not sure why? I actually demonstrated this earlier. So if there's a replay, you can watch that, which is just asking or just sharing that it wasn't the right connection, and then that you're ready to end that union or that connection. So many great questions. So it seems like a lot of us were practicing the conscious conversations. So Tatiana, that's a very important question. How can you respectfully end a marriage? That is not something that I feel on this call is something that we can talk about, but I can say that these skills, conscious communication skills, will only help you with your partner to work through the challenges that you have and to actually communicate what you're feeling at that time to help you on the journey of whether you want to continue or whether you want to respectfully release each other. So many questions here. Does anyone have any questions about the quest? So it is a 7-day quest. Like I said, I like to call it a mini course, an introduction to the full integrating journey. And it is a beautiful experience. I know that they have a special promo going on during Love Month, so please join. And once you've taken the journey, after the 7 days, shoot me an email. I want to know what you went through. I want to know the experience. I would love to know how it transformed you. Is there a lot of homework? In the quest is only 7 days. It's very simple. So there's one lesson and one exercise every day, and that's it. And you can do it at your own pace. So it doesn't require a huge time commitment, but it is powerful. It is truly powerful. And like I said, for those of you who go through it, come to me and shoot me an email. I want to know how it shifted and transformed you, and let Mindvalley know as well, so they can continue to give you quests that are really truly transformative and what you want. What is the full version like? Shoot me an email, Lee, and I can talk to you about the 8-week full journey. Thank you so much, Candice, for that beautiful compliment. Soraya, I received a message from you today saying that you completed the quest, and I really appreciate that. Soraya just said that this one should be done from everyone. It was a really lovely message. So we have 5 more minutes. I cannot believe how quickly this time has gone. And I just want to do a full recap here and find out from you what your favorite part was about today. So for me, it was about taking you on the greatest date of your life. So did I live up to your expectations? Was this a beautiful date for yourself? Did you love on yourself? Did you learn how to have beautiful conversations? Did you engage with me? Did you get married? Are you enjoying this journey? Please let me know. I want to make sure I delivered my promise to you. Yes. Oh, awesome. Beautiful. Awesome. It was lovely. Beautiful. Oh, thank you so much. I would love to know from you, what was the most important takeaway that you received on this call today? Lorcan is going on a honeymoon with himself tomorrow. I need to go on a honeymoon. Maybe I will go to Dubai for the Mindvalley event. I need to go celebrate myself and have a little vacation. Okay, so Annie is saying how to create an invitation was the most important takeaway. Beautiful. Saroni is saying marriage to myself. The vows. Maggie is saying the vows. Nancy is saying the biggest takeaway was being willing to be vulnerable. Yes. Candice is loving the comments. We learn so much from watching others, and we learn so much from connecting. And so I'm glad that the chat was a place of learning for you. Shraddha is saying that her biggest takeaway was conscious conversations. D, you need to practice. Come on over to one of our events. Shoot me an email, Neelam at Integrity Dating. Happy to practice with you. Communication, alignment. Elizabeth is saying alignment, respect, and vulnerability. Beautiful. Oh, thank you. The biggest takeaway, Faraj is saying to love yourself. You are very welcome. This is our celebration of love, and it truly feels like one. And what makes me so happy is to see how many takeaways that you're getting. You know, we started this day, Valentine's Day, with so many different feelings. Some of you started it with feelings of being annoyed with Valentine's Day, thinking it's cliche, you know, thinking, oh God, it's Valentine's Day, I'm alone. Some of you guys think it's cheesy, but we just turned all that around and we turned this day into a self-love day. Our day, a celebration of love, and I've taken you through the steps of a conscious relationship, taken you on this incredible date with yourself, just to remind you one simple thing, that you are the greatest love of your life. It's not out there, it's right here. So I invite you to start treating yourself that way. Do things that make you feel good. Do things that nourish your heart and your soul. Do things that elevate your growth. And with that, I just want to say thank you so much for joining this call and for being with me here today. It was such a beautiful celebration of love for me too. This is my mission, to create a global movement in conscious dating. And integrity dating is my purpose and my passion. So when I see that you're receiving it and having these massive transformations, it just lights my heart up. So in immense gratitude to you, and thank you to the Mindvalley team that supported this beautiful workshop today, and for supporting my work, and to offering my mini quest on your platform. Thank you for spreading my message in the world. And for everyone in the chat, you know, if this resonated with you, if you feel in alignment to this beautiful message, I encourage you to take Finding Love with Integrity Dating on the Mindvalley platform. And if you want to know more about my story and me, you can find me at integritydating.com. And with that, I want to say thank you for coming, and have a beautiful day. Have a beautiful month, and lots of love to all of you guys.
Thank you so much, Neelam. I want to just really acknowledge that workshop was fantastic. And I thought the meaningful questions were like my favorite thing, but it was just so packed full of value that I don't even know what my favorite part was now. That was really, really amazing. The chat was on fire. It's so amazing to see that. And I want to acknowledge you as well for making it so easygoing, so interactive as well for everyone. So really appreciate that. It's been absolutely amazing. For anyone else, also one last reminder, if you're interested in the quest, I highly recommend it. And as you see in the chat, many others recommend it as well. Definitely check it out. I'll repost the link right now. So check it out here. And yeah, I'll just take a few seconds for you to click that link if you like. Thank you once again, Neelam. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you here sharing with our community. And for everyone else, enjoy your Valentine's Day, wherever you are. Much love.
Happy self-love to everyone. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome.
Ciao.
Record.